My name is Art Lampett, and in short, I'm against the death penalty. I recognize that some serious crimes do get committed, but a couple things. One is I don't believe that two wrongs make it right all the time. Furthermore, the expenses involved in achieving the death penalty, and that you have a lot of legal costs involved in the appeals process. So instead, my preference is for life in jail without parole.
Okay, Fred Conquest. I support the death penalty, but I think we need to be very judicious, so to speak, in how we allocate it. There are criminals who, for all practical purposes, are lifelong criminals. I think that 3 strikes and you're out is a decent idea. However, it needs to be implied not just with any felony, but say felonies of violence. As governor, one of the things I would plan to do would make it the death penalty a potential for anybody caught cooking methamphetamine in Nevada. This is a serious problem that is dramatically impacting law enforcement and the crime in Nevada, and I think we need to put a stop to it.
I think we could cut the cost of the execution with just a single bullet. Angelo Clark would love to be a candidate. I appreciate you guys showing up and this. You know, everybody talks about cuts and everything else, but if you were to go into office and become our next governor, are you willing to take your own cuts? Are you willing to cut your own spending for anything else other than personal business?
30 seconds, please.
Okay, Fred Conquest. Yes, my personal expenses are about as low as we can possibly make them, since I'm, within the realm of retirement, and I'm trying to, salt away enough of my own money so I, can survive in the coming disaster.
My name is Art Lampett, and by nature I am a minimalist, so the salary is not really a big concern of mine. I would like to see the cuts proportionally higher at the higher levels, those making over $100,000 in government. I'd like to see those salaries cut more. As you get down below $100,000, I'd like to see those cuts less or not existent as we get even lower.
Gino DeSimone. The short answer is yes, absolutely. The longer answer is we must have an accounting process all the way from top to bottom to understand who's getting paid what and why they're getting paid. We have fire chiefs that are getting over $700,000 a year. You have to ask your question, why? We have board of regents that get paid over $250,000 a year. Why? What do they do to earn these things? So the short answer is yes. Let's move it on.
Hi, I'm Tony. I have been preparing budgets ever since I can remember. I have my own way and format of preparing a budget, and my own personal budget has gotten me through some serious hard times. I've been reading financial statements for decades. I know how to look at any corporate stock on the internet and decide whether that company is viable. I know what to look for, how to look for it, and my experience helps me to filter through all the other information to find the relevant data.
Yes, Don Wilbright. The SAGE Commission came up with over 24 recommendations. It looks like we're running out of time. If you could give me just one item out of the SAGE Commission that you agree with and that you think is a good idea, we should continue to move forward.
Well, I'm Tony. I have been thinking a lot about the revenues that these resorts have been generating for the state, and I would like to prepare an analysis about the maximum so I can figure out what it is that I need to do next. I'm not really too familiar with what you mentioned before, but like I said, I will send Nevada through its economic problems through what I call a management process. It works very well. It's very efficient. It's a little dry, but it works quite well.
Gino DeSimone, I did read the Sage Commission report. There are a lot of things I did like, a couple of things I might question. The one that comes to mind is outsourcing and contracting a number of services that the state is currently paying for, and I think that's the right thing to do. Bring some competition in and put it out to the community.
My name is Art Lampett, and I'll have to be honest, I did not read the Sage Commission, but Gino's answer sounds like a good one.
Fred Conquest. My take on the Sage Commission is simply that it started with the wrong assumptions, and almost all of its recommendations are based on lobbyist input, some of which is pretty incredibly bad. I did not see anything that I really would like to do that the Sage Commission has brought forth, because I don't think anything they've come up with is large enough in scope and broad enough in base to solve the problems.
All right, thank you, gubernatorial candidate.